Hello, I'm back. This is going to be more of a ranty type video. Kind of rant, kind of chat, kind of just sit down and talk to you as if I was starting trading all over again. Now, I've only been trading now for 7, 8 months since November last year. So 7 months, pretty much 7 months. Um, so I'm by no means an expert. I'm by no means experienced. I have kind of gone through the stages of a beginner. Um, I'll explain my journey, how I started. I'll explain what I would do if I was in your position. If you've just started, or you're thinking of starting, or you're just thinking about what journey you should take and how you should attack it. So we'll talk about that. So there's going to be no funky stuff on this video. It's going to be very me sitting down, talking to you as if we're one-on-one. If you don't like that style of video, then feel free to click off. But there'll be a lot of knowledge and a lot of guidance in this video for you. So yeah, stick around. Let's get talking. So a little bit about me actually. I actually started meme coins about 8 months ago, 9 months ago. And meme coins at the time for me were brand new. They were extreme. They were like, whoa, so much money, so much money, so much money. And that's what I was focused on. And I used to spend hours a night getting into meme coins, getting into Discord groups, discussing with people about meme coins. I don't think I made a penny in a month, but it was great. I loved the journey of trading. I loved the journey of seeing charts, watching charts, understanding price. And I know meme coins is nothing to do with day trading. Like, they are so far apart. But from that, when I started to realize that meme coins were just rinsing my bank account, when I realized that meme coins just weren't really for me, I started to think about, wait, maybe there's something else I can learn from this. Maybe I can take something more from this. So that's when I started looking at day trading. And like I said, I enjoyed the journey of meme coins. I enjoyed looking at price. I enjoyed seeing how price move, buying, selling, stop loss, all this. That's the kind of stuff that I enjoyed, the more technical side. It wasn't the fact that, well, I suppose it was actually the fact that the money was like extreme, like you could make 10 Solana in a week or whatever. I don't know. I never made that money, by the way. So when I detach myself from the money, when I detach myself from that, and got into the nitty gritty of it was just trading, and that's where I started. So if you want to go to my TikTok, it's here. If you scroll all the way down, I might even put some videos on the screen here. Weird little dance. You'll see that I started meme coins, and that's my journey. So started meme coins, started learning day trading, started this, and it just compounded. And as I said, I'm by no means experienced. I'm by no means profitable. I'm by no means this, that, whatever. I'm just enjoying my journey. I'm teaching people about my journey and trying to shed some light on the beginner journey as a trader, because it's pretty tough. And there is some horrible people out there, some horrible thoughts, and there's some horrible distractions that if you let yourself get too enveloped in, you will burn. So that's a bit about me. Yeah. I think my number one rule, I think to start us off, there is, I always call it noise in the trading space. There's a lot of gurus, furus, and very genuine and profitable traders in the space. Now, it's very hard when you're surrounded by TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Reels, Shorts, whatever it is. It's very easy to get distracted and to feel like you're not achieving enough, when really everyone has their own path. Everyone has got their own set way of doing things. So if you're immersing yourself in all of this like fake stuff and Lamborghinis and watches and boats and whatever, you're going to be drowning in a sea of just fakeness, So, where I'm going with this is you should focus on your journey and your journey only. You should tunnel vision completely on what you want to achieve. There's no point in looking on Instagram, getting yourself down because you're not a millionaire yet. These people are making millions of pounds in 5 minutes and you're not even started. So there is no point in sitting on TikTok, sitting on Instagram, scrolling through and getting yourself in a hole because you're not where you want to be yet. What you've got to do is get yourself in the mindset and get yourself focused on your journey, because who knows, in a year's time you could be in the position that of the people that you're watching. You don't know that. So what's the point in getting down and getting into this hole about not being a millionaire, not making £1 million in 10 minutes? Whereas you should actually delete Instagram, delete TikTok, or just block out these people who are showing all this stuff. And don't get me wrong, some of them have earned it, some of them are very hardworking, some of them are genuine, but there is a select few people who, if you don't know what you're talking about and if you don't understand what they're talking about, you're just going to get trapped and you're just going to get, I think it's imposter syndrome. You're just going to feel like everyone's better than you, you're not achieving anything, and you're not going to get anywhere. So point number one is block out all of this noise. So whether that's deleting this social media app that you're trapped into, reducing the time you spend on it, or just trying to step away or have a select amount of time where you can do these things. Because if you trap yourself too much and if you absorb yourself too much into this topic and into these videos, you're just going to get trapped. So my advice is find a select handful of people that you genuinely can connect with, that you genuinely can relate to. So whether that's YouTube, TikTok, whether it's Discord communities, just find someone or something that like teaches how you want to be taught and gets the point across that helps you understand. You don't need to go through this route. You don't need to go through this route. You need to find your own route in order to be successful. Because otherwise, like I said, and like I keep saying, you're just going to get completely smashed. You're just going to get completely wiped out. So that is my first point: is focus on you and only you and your journey. Everyone has their own story. Everyone has their own journey, and it's completely up to you on how you form that journey. The next point I want to make is when you finally, and this does take a while, when you finally find a strategy that you resonate with and that you understand and that makes sense to you, you've got to stick with it. Because, and I'm guilty of this, too many times you find a strategy that you like, you put 2, 3, 4 weeks into it, and then you don't see the results in paper trading or demo account, and you just think, oh, this isn't working. I'm just going to sack it off. I'm just going to find something new. I'm going to find something more exciting, and I'm just going to keep learning something new. Whereas with trading, the more time you put into one thing, the more time you put into this one strategy, the more likely you are to master it. Now, I'm not saying that every strategy is perfect. I'm not saying that every strategy is going to work, because they don't. But what you need to do is give it time. You need to give it at least 6 months to a year of back testing. You need to give it data. You need to break it down. You need to say why it works, why does it not work, and then from that you can either change it or you can scrap it. But there's no point scrapping something that you don't know that works, or you haven't put the time or effort in to actually make sure it works. And again, back to my last point, it's very easy to find these strategies online that are, I made $1 million in a week with this strategy. Okay, but it works for them. It might not work for you, because they know and they've got the understanding behind this model, and they've got the years and the time, and they've put the effort in to test this model. There's no point in you just seeing something online and just being like, oh, I haven't made $1 million today, so this strategy doesn't work. You need to put time and effort into a strategy in order for it to work. My next point is enjoy the process. Like, for me, the process, and I'm not saying I'm at the end yet, but the process is a lot more rewarding than the end. Like, learning, mastering things, meeting new people, learning a whole new skill and potentially career is a lot more exciting than being at the end. And I'm not saying that the end is not going to be exciting, because I'm sure it is, and wherever it takes me, I don't know yet. But this process that I'm in now for the last 7, 8 months has been so good for me, so good for my knowledge base, for my mental health, whatever. It's just allowed me to explore a new topic. It's allowed me to learn a new skill. It's allowed me to meet new people. And these people I've met are all online. And I have absolutely no issue with that. Meeting people who have the same interest as you, not just trading, but other topics as well, online is just amazing, I think. So if you're getting ahead of yourself or you're too focused on the end goal, stop a minute and just focus on the process, because where you are now, in 6 months, you could be in a completely different space. And you're going to forget that the process, it's great. Like I said, learning a new skill, doing all this stuff, putting time, putting effort, putting all the graft in to hopefully make this something worthwhile is, for me, really cool. So that is my next tip: is enjoy the process from the very beginning, from the moment you search trading, how to trade, whatever. Enjoy that and note it down, like I'm doing now. Make a vlog, make a TikTok, and just note down from start every day to finish. Because, like I said, in a year's time, it's going to be completely different. You're going to be a completely new person. You're going to have moved on, and you're going to forget the beauty in the little things, like learning how to paper trade or whatever. So that's my next tip: is enjoy the process, enjoy this time now. My next tip is more focused on the trading aspect. Do not rush in buying a funded account, putting your own capital, or using any money. Now, I'm saying, when I say trading, you can start trading for free. You literally can start for free. Other than like a laptop, Wi Fi, or a phone, there is nothing you need to pay for. TradingView is free. YouTube is free. There is so much content on YouTube that you literally do not need to spend a penny. Do not buy mentorships. Do not get dragged into a mentorship straight away. Do not force money into a Discord community that you have no idea about. Now, this is not me slating Discord communities or any kind of community on Discord or paid mentorship for that matter. This is me saying there's no point in you watching 2 videos of a guy and him saying, buy my mentorship, I'll teach you more, when you have no idea what that guy's like. You need to understand the person, you need to understand what they're like, what they actually like, their community, before you go spending your money on them. Now, like I said, there is literally nothing you need to pay for. TradingView is completely free. I did a video a few days ago, last week, about how to set up TradingView, and it's completely free. And from that, you can paper trade, you can use a demo account, and you can just get the basics of trading without spending a penny. Now, I wouldn't recommend putting a penny into trading, for at least the first 6 months. There is no point. You're not going to be experienced enough. You're not going to have the right mindset, the right discipline, the right goals to put money into trading. So my next tip is, do not rush putting money in, because that money will quickly go, they'll quickly disappear. And before you know it, you're going to be, oh, trading doesn't work. I hate trading. Trading's expensive. Trading's this, trading's that. Give it a chance for free. Don't put any money in. It's not about the money. Do not focus on the money. Just enjoy free time. Free time. That actually swiftly moves on to my next point. If you're coming into trading and you're focused on the money, you are going to lose. It is simple. Simple as that. If you're coming into trading and you're focused on the process, you're focused on the time that you want to spend on it, you're focused on the magic that is trading, the communities and the people, then you're going to get much further than if you're just focused on the money. There's so many people, and I get so many DMs of, I've just lost 3K, I've just lost 200 quid, I've just lost 500 quid. These people expect to make millions of pounds overnight. And let me tell you, if you do make £10,000 on one trade, but you have no strategy, no discipline, and it's just complete luck, then you will lose that money quicker than you made it. I can assure you that. You have to understand what you're doing before you make any money. There is no point rushing into the market, splashing out, and then losing it all. Or vice versa, winning it all and then losing it all. Because trading can make you a lot of money, obviously, everyone knows that, but it can also take your money if you have no idea what you're doing. So take your time, do not rush, do not think about the money. We are not here for the money. That is what you need to remind yourself. If you go into a trade thinking about the money, then stop, just stop. My next point, and this is quite a bit more in depth, but when you start to trade and when you start to use capital of your own or a funded account, from the moment you press buy, from the moment you press sell, you have lost that money. That is no longer your money. This is the mindset that you need to get into, because from the moment you see that money decline, your head is going to start whirring. If you're at the beginner stage and you see money go negative, 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 you're just going to be like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. So from the moment you set that stop loss, that maximum number has left your account. So if you're in a 1 to 2 trade and your stop loss is 100 and your take profit is 200, as soon as you press buy, as soon as you press sell, that money has left your account. Okay? You need to get into the mindset of that, because if you go into trade and you're buzzing that you're going to make £1,000, but then you forget that your stop loss is also 1,000, then if you could edge your take profit and it could slump to zero straight away, slump to stop loss. So as soon as you press that buy, as soon as you press that sell, that money is no longer yours. That is not your money, because the quicker you realize that, the better your mindset will be. Because if you hit take profit, good. If you hit break even, good. But then if you hit stop loss, you've already accepted the fact that that money is no longer yours. So there's less of a chance of you going on tilt. There's less of a chance of you revenge trading or just placing too many trades. Now, that is a different video. This is more beginner, but I think the point I've made just kind of suit with beginner and if I was to start, because that's the kind of mindset you need to get into. My next point, take your time. It's good to have deadlines and it's good to have a clear end goal, but do not rush and do not stress yourself with getting to an end goal, because it could take years. It could take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You don't know how long it's going to take you before it clicks and you start becoming consistently profitable. Now, even if you had a profitable month or a profitable year, that next year or that next month could be completely wiped out. So take your time, learn everything, enjoy learning, enjoy taking your time, because you've got to be patient, and patience is the biggest thing in trading. Having patience, being able to sit and watch the market without placing a trade is more important than placing a trade, because if you're forcing trades, then you're going to lose. If you're wiping your account balance, if you're watching the ticker, if you're watching your balance go up and down, you're just going to get wiped out. You're just going to get so attached to the money that what's the point? You're not here for the money, remember that. The money is a bonus. You're here to improve your mindset, your discipline, your patience, all these traits you can improve on. So I forgot what my point was now. Oh yeah, take your time. So it might take you 6 months to finish something. It might take you a year to understand something. It might take you a week. You don't know. So don't put a time frame on it. Don't stress yourself. Just enjoy the process and take your time. I think that rounds up the video. I don't know how long it was. I've got no timer. But I think there's some good points that take away and just think about, because trading for me so far has been unreal. Like, I've loved every single minute of it. There hasn't been a point where I've been like, oh, I regret doing trading or regret starting. Every single minute, every single day, I have enjoyed. So I think that rounds up the video. Again, quite a long video. I'm not really sure how long it's been going on for, but I've enjoyed sitting down, just having a non-edited chat with you. If anyone sees this, I don't know. Hello if you do. But yeah, I hope this has brought some knowledge to you, some understanding about trading, and helped you on your journey. Yeah, I think that's it. So like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Follow me on TikTok. Bish bash bosh. See you later.